This meeting is being live streamed. There we go. Welcome, everybody. EDUC 5000 Foundations of Instructional Design, week 4. I say it every week, but I just have no idea how the weeks go by. This meeting is being faster and faster and faster. So good to see the folks here that are here. A lot of good representation for my section, so well done. It's not a competition, but I think I'm winning today. Brandon's going to lead us today through discussion. I'll turn the time over to him.
Excellent. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, everybody, for being here live. And for those who are watching, not live, but the recording, glad you're here also eventually. Let me share my screen and then find what I need from this screen. And then go like this. So welcome, week 4, as Clint said, the end of September-ish. Kind of crazy that October starting in 2 days. Don't know where September went. It seemed like school just started, and here we are in October and fall break and Christmas break, and then we'll have testing and then in the school year, right? That's kind of what happens, but goes fast. But week 4, again, with Zoom, you're probably all Zoom experts over the last couple of years by now, but just another reminder with this to make sure your mic is muted. Feel free to unmute anytime you have questions or comments or anything that way, or throw some stuff up in the chat, and we will be checking that as well. So basketball season is quickly upon us. The NBA has their preseason stuff going on. They reporting to camp this week. So a quote from John Wooden. Things turn out best for the people who make the best of the way things turn out. So we can't control sometimes our situations, but we can control our attitudes of the situation. So keep that in mind for this week and through this course and through everything that you're doing. So this week, we're going to start your final project this week. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But I'm going to read chapter 1 in the text, Understanding by Design. The text is in the course. You don't have to buy this book. If you like the book, go ahead and you can find it and purchase it. But it is in the course for you to access this way. You will do your cover page for your unit. And then your discussion this week is your teaching practices and understanding by design. So design is our focus this week. Design is to have purposes and intentions to plan and execute. So that is what we're focusing on here, is just your purposeful intentions when you're designing your lessons. And to do that, we have what is called backwards design. And we'll, from the text, it kind of helps us leading into this, some of the things that I pulled out from the text, which kind of stood out to me. Right in the middle there, you have the twin sins of traditional design. There's a whole section on this in the text. And the first one is doing activities just for activity's sake. The activities aren't where the learning comes from. A lot of teachers, when they design their lessons, they just plan these activities without thinking, okay, what's going to happen? We want to do something fun for the kids. Let's have fun. And there's nothing wrong with having fun. I'm all on for having fun, but sometimes there's more than that, and just having fun. So you can read more about the hands-on without being minds-on sin of traditional design. And the second one is coverage. And probably are all guilty of doing this. You have to cover this unit. You have to cover this topic. You have to cover this. And we are designing our lessons on just covering the material. And that is not a good way to design your lesson. And again, the text goes into this quite a bit. If you had time to read those other quotes there, some great quotes from the text here. I won't take time to read these, but if you don't read them here, you can read them in the text this week when you are reading the text. But I will read this one here. So good design then is not so much about gaining a few new technical skills as it is about learning to be more thoughtful and specific about our purposes and what they imply. So this is what we are focusing on, not just now, but throughout the rest of this course, this thoughtful and specific designing your lessons. So the understanding by design, it is backward design. So you start with the end in mind. So you want to start with the understanding by design of what you want, what results you want, what are your big ideas, your key skills, what do you want students to get from your lesson? And from that, then you determine how you're going to test that, how you're going to assess your students that they did learn what you want them to learn. And after you have determined that, then you plan your instructional practices based on the results you want, the assessments you're going to have, and then you plan your lessons around those things. Different than traditional design where you plan your lesson and then you plan your assessment and then hopefully you end up somewhere. The text talks about the quote along the lines, if you don't know where you're going to get somewhere else. So having this end in mind with our students, that is what the understanding by design, backward design is. Any questions about just like a quick overview of understanding by design, the backward design? If you have,
I just love backwards design. I don't have a question, but I love everything that you're talking about. Coherence is so important, and our students can feel it. So when we have an overarching plan and a reason and everything can fit into that, students can feel it, and learning is so much more meaningful.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you. The meaningful, that's what it turns out to be. It is more meaningful, not just for the students, but for you as an educator, because you're able to see really your students achieving what you want them to achieve. So thank you for that. Any other comments or questions about backwards design? All right, so we're all professionals in backward design. This is good. This is good. So no, the text walks you through it all, and there's great scenarios and things about the backwards design. So read through the text. It is linked in this week's module, as well as on the home page. There is a link for all the reading, so you can access it that way as well. There is a supplemental reading available to you. This isn't required. This is a good read from the book, Enhancing the Art and Science. And this week is chapter 3 in this book. Again, this is linked in the course, and it talks about classroom layout and rules and procedures. So feel free in all your spare time you have in the next week to look at chapter 3 in the Enhancing the Art and Science teaching. So this read isn't very long. These chapters are really short in this book, so you could finish this really quick. That one. So you do have the backward design reading, chapter 1, and then the supplemental reading if you choose to do chapter 3 in this one. So your discussion this week is you're just reflecting on your own teaching and how your current teaching practices relate to the principles of understanding by design. If you're not quite sure what that is, read the chapter first before you answer the discussion prompt this week, so you kind of have an idea of what you're answering. Again, try to have your first discussion done by Sunday night, please, and give others time to respond to your discussion post. So your assignment this week. This week, we are starting your unit plan. Over the next, all the weeks in the course, basically, we'll be doing a different section on this unit plan. For this assignment, you're just filling out page 1. It is a 6-week template, 6-page template, I guess. And you're just doing page 1. So the template looks like this, and this is linked in the course. There is a Word document linked as well as a Google Drive doc, and you can use either one. They both are similar as far as what you need to do. But as you see here, you're just doing the first 2 boxes there, your title and kind of fill in just the basics there, and then a summary of your unit. So what you need to do is coming here, you are creating a unit plan for your final project. It's going to be a 3-week unit plan. And as we go throughout this course for the next few weeks, you will be completing different aspects of these documents, the different pages, and helping you to kind of get this plan into place. Also, on the end of this is where you will have your links to your assignments you're making in this class. So last week, your assignments last week, and then your learning environment graphics. So these will all be linked at the last page of these documents. So we have easy access to all of these. So this week you're just doing the first two boxes. The third box on this page 1 is just for you just to mark off as you complete the assignment. So, okay, I completed whatever you complete, just mark it off, kind of keep you a tally mark kind of what you're doing, what you need to still do on this document. So any questions about the assignments for this week? Any questions on your final assignment?
And not necessarily a question, Brandon, but from my perspective, please, use these unit plans to something that you're going to use. Don't make it theoretical. Use it something that you're actually doing. I love it when your contracted work aligns with your school, your university work. Kill two birds with one stone.
Thank you, Tony. Yes, please make the assignments pragmatic. Make them worthwhile for you. Don't just do it just to do it, but something that you're creating this unit plan that you can put into place next term or next year, something that you are doing right now. If there's a unit you're working on right now, and just rewrite this unit right now that you're doing. So next year when the school year starts, you could have enough tweaks on it that you can work on the backwards design on it. So that's great. Thank you, Tony.
Yep, and we get the question every year, if 3 weeks doesn't work for you, or I teach in the block schedule and our longer class periods, and just adapt it and adjust it so that it works for you. As long as you have all the components that we're asking for, it'll work. So make it work.
And if you have specific questions, reach out to your instructor and we could help walk you through or give you some ideas. Some of you may not be teaching right now. Like, what am I going to do? Something that you want to teach, or go to if you have students in school, something that they're working on, and you can, or go to a teacher and say, hey, can I help you with this, and kind of rewrite this for you so we can to help you in this backward design process. So
if you're not yet, Brandon, lovely. If you're not working right now, someday you're going to be a teacher, and you're going to have to do an interview process with a principal. Put that 3-week plan in front of him or her and say, this is how I'm going to integrate technology into my lesson plans, an example of what I can do. So you're preparing for that future contract.
All right. Thank you, Tony, for that. There's no other questions about these week's assignments. As you're reading your discussion, and then just page 1 of your template there. If things come up, please just let us know. If you were going on vacation or getting married or whatever happens, just send us an email or a call or text. And we'll do the same thing. Hopefully, if we're going to be gone to Hawaii for 3 weeks or something, we'll just say, hey, we're in Hawaii for 3 weeks. Sorry, Clint. Is
that a jab?
Not kind of jealous here, Clint.
I know, not this year. And I'm having my 10th grandchild, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So if I take a day off, you be patient with me. I promise I'll be patient with you.
Congratulations, Tony. So yeah, just communicate. We know things happen. We're involved as well, and life gets busy. So just let us know. The main thing, if you can stay on top of those discussion posts, just so your classmates have something to respond to. That's the one thing we would ask you to stay on top of. And if you get behind a week or a couple days on your assignment, say, hey, I'm kind of behind, I'll get it in as soon as I can. That's just fine. So
we don't need all the messy details. Just, hey, something came up, it's going to be late. It's fine. Just so that we know you haven't fallen off the face of the earth, or that you need help with something, or just so that we know.
So that is all I have for this week. Again, thank you for being here. Don't hesitate to reach out to any of us with any questions or concerns. Again, if you're scared looking at your unit plan or a unit, like, I don't know what to do, the direction I want to go with this, please just shoot us an email and say, I'm stumped. What should I do? What are some suggestions? And we can help you with it. And if we don't know an answer, we will reach out to someone who will have an answer for you.
We'll call Clint.
We'll call up Clint.
I'll make something up.
The best way to do it. So have a great week. That's all I have here. And I will stop sharing my screen and see if there's any questions from here or anything in the chat.